tutafuatilia zaidi kwa kina hapa kwenye taarifa zetu, lakini moja kwa moja, waziri wa ardhi Profesa Joseph Kaimenyi muda mfupi uliopita ameongoza hotuba kwa wanahabari akiwa miongoni mwa wasomi wengine waliotoa maoni yao kuhusu hali ilivyo nchini, hususan kwenye masuala ya siasa. Walizungumzia katika hoteli ya Serena hapa Nairobi.
Congratulate IEBC for generally conducting the 26th October fresh elections successfully as per the Constitution and the electoral laws, despite the environment being made very difficult by a few Kenyans who tried to make sure that the elections never took place in a few parts of this great nation. As you are aware, ladies and gentlemen, some IEBC officials were physically attacked and their houses broken into, as pointed out by IEBC Chairman Chebukati. This background information notwithstanding, we are of the strong considered opinion that the said elections were not a sham as alleged by some of our brothers and sisters. Number two, we want to thank the millions of Kenyans who turned to vote despite the adverse weather conditions experienced in several parts of the country, and indeed the hostility towards IEBC staff, and even to those who are willing to vote in some parts of the country. Where voters were provoked, and you know they were, we must admit, as a mere professionals, that they behaved in a restrained and mature manner characteristic of true Kenyan patriots. Number three, we congratulate our beloved president for winning the elections. We thank him for his patience despite extreme provocation by some of our citizenry who are bent on ensuring that elections were cancelled or postponed against the directive of the Supreme Court ruling on the 1st of September this year. Number four, we congratulate our security agents for their patience and restraint against the background of provocation, such as attacks on a police station and attempted grabbing of a gun from one of their colleagues, which is unthinkable. I'm sure you agree with me on that. Number five, where there is evidence of police brutality on innocent Kenyans, as professionals, we urge the relevant arms of government to leave no stone unturned and ensure that those who are involved are arrested and held to account. Number six, for those people who have continued to propagate hate speech and incite others against fellow Kenyans, they too must be arrested urgently and face the full arm of the law. None of us, irrespective of their stations in life, should be treated as if they are above the law. To do so, ladies and gentlemen, would to lead to unwarranted catalysis for other Kenyans to follow suit, with a serious threat to a national cohesion and integration, as well as peaceful coexistence. Number seven, we appeal to our youth not to be drawn into seemingly peaceful demonstrations, which later turn out to be havens of criminals. Instead, of peaceful demonstrations as envisaged in our Constitution. We have recently witnessed several instances where demonstrators have used stones and slings to arm helpless and innocent Kenyans, our brothers and sisters. Besides, property has been looted and houses burned. Businesses have been closed, leading to the unfortunate scenario of slowing down of our economy. We must all be seen to respect the rule of law and order, and as other the democratic countries in the world do. Roads have been blocked, making movement of goods and delivery of services in certain parts of our country very, very difficult. We should go out of our way, ladies and gentlemen, to avoid the aforementioned scenarios. Those calling for resistance, be it civil or otherwise, to authority or legal order by those Kenyans who are mandated to carry out certain functions, we want to advise them to stop it at the earliest opportunity. Why? Because such moves are likely to lead to anarchy and chaos, which are anti-growth of our tourism industry and our economy in general. Number 8, that at any one given time, those of us who feel aggrieved by ongoings in our motherland, and indeed have evidence to that effect, we advise strongly that they seek redress through legally recognized institutions and mechanisms. Further, if they do so, they must accept the outcomes by such institutions without having to be selective, particularly when it favors them. Continuous efforts to discredit the work of our institutions, especially those which are independent, threatens their credibility and ability to carry out their mandate satisfactorily. Number 9, following the 2007/2008 post-election violence, we said never again. And we want to repeat it here, never again. Our experience then should remind every peace-loving Kenyan, including NASA leaders, that Kenyans are intelligent enough never to entertain any moves to take us back to those dark moments of our history. Once beaten, twice shy, as they say. Number 10, with the aforementioned background information in mind, we support those who have proposed a national dialogue to address diverse concerns by some of our people. And this national dialogue we are proposing, it must be done after the president-elect is sworn in and takes oath of office. As we say in Kimeru, where all of us we come from, Kwaria ni kwendana. To talk to each other is to love each other. Hostilities melt away when people sit at table and look at each other and discuss matters for the common good of the people of this wonderful nation. We too believe that in this proposed national dialogue, key stakeholders on diversity of Kenyans must be involved, such as religious leaders, Kenya Private Sector Alliance, the National Council of Elders, women, youth, members of the civil society, professional organizations, and political leaders, including national leaders. We should all be involved in this. Such a proposed dialogue should be open, candid, and constructive, focusing on the common good of all Kenyans, so that none of us shall feel left behind from this gravity train. At the end of the proposed national dialogue, Kenyans, as I've already said, should feel they will not be left behind in the next